Hey guys, what's up? This is Sarvana here. So today I'm going to talk about the power of multitasking. What do I mean by multitasking? For example, if you want to learn a lot of new art forms, for example, let's say you want to learn drums or guitar in music, or let's say you want to get your body jacked up, or let's say you want to learn painting classes, drawing around landscape or portrait paintings. What do you have to do in life? Whether you want to concentrate all multiple things at once, or take one single thing and concentrate at a single time frame and then move on to the next one. Right now in this video I'm going to talk about what is the power of multitasking, that is doing multiple or learning multiple art forms at once. First, let's go to the scientific part of small nuance, which is about serotonin. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter right in our brain, which is so much useful for getting the good feel. For example, if you're feeling really good right now, it's because you have a lot of serotonin in your body. And you know what? If you feel really good right now, your brain is capable of learning new things pretty faster. I'll tell you the scientific reason behind it. For example, consider this. Your brain has a highly coiled structure, which is very difficult to uncoil. And if you want to learn new things, what you have to do is you have to literally uncoil the brain, all the fibers, and then learn a new art and then make sure that it's strong again. To make sure that this coils are uncoiled, you have to have a lot of serotonin in your body. So how do you get a lot of serotonin in your body? First thing, you have to feel good. If you feel good, you'll have a lot of serotonin. If you have a lot of serotonin, you feel good. So it's like a cyclic loop all through the way. So considering this serotonin, I'm going to use this serotonin as an important aspect of all the things which I'm going to say to improve what is called the multitasking. So right now I'm going to talk about the advantages of multitasking. For example, if you take about your energy, if you concentrate on one single task, what happens is this is the first task which you're learning, and you are let's say you go to a painting class and this is your 10th day, and you think that you would be a master paint artist within the first 10 days, and you don't get anything within the first 10 days. What happens is you go into a downward spiral, and since you go into a downward spiral, you don't feel good, and if you don't feel good, you will not be able to learn, and that is again a downward spiral. So what you do is, right now, to increase the energy levels, you concentrate on multiple stuffs. For example, the first hour, you make sure that you go to a painting class. You just figure out some ways in painting, then you go back to your gym and start getting jacked up, start improving, start pulling in muscles and dumbbells. What happens is you don't concentrate on what you did in painting, but you start concentrating in the gym next time. Next, you go to a music class and start doing guitar. What happens is your brain is actually provided with a variety of stuffs. Rather than focusing on one little stuff, you get to do a lot of stuffs at different points in time. So what happens is your serotonin level is always high and your energy level is always up. So in this way, instead of doing one single task, if you do multiple tasks at once, your energy level is preserved to the core. The next thing which I'm going to talk about is about how to keep it interesting. For example, a brain if it does a lot of variety of stuffs, what happens is you keep yourself interested. If the brain does only one task, for example, if you like painting, and if you start doing painting for around a week, and your brain starts shutting down because you get bored of the same thing again and again. So your brain requires a lot or a variety of stuffs to be done within a short span of time to keep itself interested. Also, your brain does really good work if at all you feel good about doing something. So if you do multitasking, what happens is your brain starts thinking in a short span of time, what should I do, or how can I achieve a lot of stuffs within that 1 hour. For example, if you go to a guitar class for around 1 hour, what you do is you concentrate. Your brain is in full concentration towards the guitar, and you just really concentrate and you feel really good because you are in the learning process of guitar. And when you come out of the guitar class, you can start concentrating on the gym. So right now your brain is kept interested and you start feeling good towards multitasking. So moment you go along with a lot of tasks, what happens is you feel good, and the rate at which you learn stuff is so faster. The next thing which I'm going to talk about is about taking the positive frame from one task to another. For example, if you do one single task, what happens is, let's say you go to gym and you want to get jacked up for it's been 10 days, and then what happens to you is oh man, I'm not getting the muscles, or I'm not getting the results which I want. It's only 10 days and it for you to get jacked up, there is a lot of different stuffs which you have to do over a course of time, and you don't even realize it, but still you go into a downward spiral where the serotonin doesn't get released. So what I think is, like, for example, some people are talented in some art forms. For example, if you're talented in painting, you go to a painting class and you start getting a lot of positive vibes from painting. For example, within 10 days you're able to paint really good landscapes. What happens is you inculcate a positivity right in your brain, saying that I started a new task and within 10 days I'm able to learn. So it would be, your brain says it would be the same for other tasks as well. So if you go to gym and if you don't get a result, your brain will start figuring out a way to how to get results, because you've already found results in painting. You would find results in gym, or you would find results in doing some really good guitar classes and all those things. So the best thing about multitasking is it takes the positive mindset from one task, it just puts into all other tasks which you are not right now good at. So ultimately what happens is, in a time frame, you get to do stuffs in a far better way. The last advantage of multitasking which I want to talk about is about not being a perfectionist in anything, but ready to learn a lot of new stuff and new situations. What do I mean by that? Last time we saw how to take the positivity from one task and move to a task which you are not good at it right now. Right now you're taking the not so positive side of the task which you're not good at and pushing it to the task which you're so good at. I'll tell you what happens. For example, if you're really good at something, let's say you're good at painting, what happens is within 10 days you start learning, and then you think that you're the master of everything, and you just go into a zone wherein, like, you don't want to learn anything new, you don't want to improve from that point, you just reach a plateau level. What happens is, with respect to multitasking, from the task which you're not feeling good or not doing good, you are into a zone of learning the same cultivated aspect of learning from the not so good tasks. You just push into the task which you're good at. So ultimately what happens is, you keep on improving at the level where you are at the plateau level where you are at the task which you're good at, and also you're learning in the task which you're not good at. So basically you're taking the positives from one task, pushing it towards the other task, as well as you're taking the not so positive aspect of the other task and pushing it to the task which is like which you are like so good at. So ultimately the positive and the not so positive aspects of both the tasks will help you move upward in whatever you're doing. Okay, these are the 4 different advantages of doing multitasking in your life, and I'm pretty sure if you follow all these 4 different steps, you would improve in doing different tasks within the simultaneous time frame, and the amount of time which you're going to improve is going to be like really shortened if you start concentrating on a lot of stuffs at the same time. So earlier I just said to you, like, how do you increase serotonin, or some trick to improve your serotonin in your body? The simple trick is eat a lot of bananas. I'll tell you why I'm asking you to eat a lot of bananas. Point number 1, bananas contain an important enzyme called the tryptophan, which is so much important in creating serotonin in your body. So eat a lot of bananas, you would automatically create a lot of serotonin, which in turn would create a lot of feel-good factors within your body, and you would start doing a lot of stuffs and you'll start learning a lot of stuff. But make sure that you're so cautious of eating not a lot of bananas, because you would put on a lot of weight, because bananas contain glycogen, which gives you instant energy and plus aids you in putting in a lot of fat. So make sure you just contain yourself to like 2 bananas a day, which is very healthy, and you would make sure that you would release a lot of serotonin in your body. So to wrap it up, these are the 4 advantages of performing multitasking in your life. Point number 1, you get a lot of energy by doing different tasks. Point number 2, you keep it interesting. You have a variety of stuff to do, so you make sure that your brain is interested and you keep your life interesting and moving on along with it. The third thing is taking the positive with the task which you're so good at it, and moving the positivity towards the task which you're not good at. And the fourth thing is, like, you're taking the learning aspect or the not so positive side of the task which you're not good at to the task which you're good at, so that you don't reach the plateau level or the perfectionist level. So these are the 4 important factors or the advantages of having multitasking along with your life. So start learning multiple art forms simultaneously in your lifetime and enrich your life with a lot of experiences. Until next time, this is Saruna signing off. Bye.